Okay, so we cannot hear Oliver at the moment, but welcome to CYSO Week. Glad you guys are here. Okay, so welcome to CYSO Week. Thanks for everyone who's tuned in into our fourth night of live broadcast celebrating CYSO's 2019 and 2020 season. As you've seen before, that was Oliver Talukder. He was an oboist in Symphony Orchestra and chamber music. And I'm Abby Lopez, your other host, also a member of Symphony Orchestra and chamber music. We're both your hosts for tonight's broadcast, so we hope you've been enjoying all of the videos and interviews over the past few nights. In a few minutes, we're going to be celebrating our 2020 Student Awards, as well as the Music Inspiration Award to a music educator nominated by a CYSO student. We're also going to see the fourth installment spotlighting the CYSO class of 2020. Super exciting. Also tonight, we'll debut videos from our chamber music ensembles, including that one that me and Oliver have recorded with a few of our fellow members of the Lakeshore Winds. And in a little bit, Director of Chamber Music, Dr. Donna Roche, will join us to talk a bit about the process of recording those virtual performances. We'll also premiere the virtual performance of our youngest string players, Overture Strings, performing Spring by Vivaldi's Four Seasons.
Hi there, I'm Susie Lape, CYSO's Executive Director. Thank you so much for joining us for CYSO Week. We are so thrilled to be able to highlight the work that our students have done this spring and all season long. It certainly hasn't been the spring season we were expecting to have, but we have been so impressed with how our young musicians have continued with resilience and creativity and empathy through all that's going on in the world around them. In support of CYSO Week, we are encouraging our community to make a donation in the amount that they might have spent on concert tickets to one of our spring concerts. No matter what the amount, any donation goes towards helping CYSO plan for the future and navigate this summer and next year. You can give to our CYSO Week fundraiser through our Facebook page and check out how close we are to our $5,000 goal, or you can also make a donation directly through our website at cyso.org/donate. Thank you so much. We'd also like to take a moment to thank everyone who has already given this spring. We are so grateful. Your gift means the world to us. Because of you, we are excited to move forward, providing new ways to connect through music, just as we're looking forward to the day when we all come together again. And now we have some exciting student awards to feature. We are, of course, so proud of all of our CYSO students for their hard work all year long, and we are going to recognize 5 students who have displayed extraordinary talent and great commitment to CYSO. First, we will present the Albert Pick III Award. This award is given to a well-rounded individual and is to be used to keep music a creative and joyful part of the recipient's life. The award is inspired by the memory of Albert Pick III and his love of the students of CYSO and his great commitment to community service. This year's Albert Pick III Award goes to Nicole Tong. Nicole has been a member of CYSO for 7 years and is currently co-concertmaster of Symphony Orchestra. Big congratulations to Nicole. Next, we have the Mollendorf Award. This award is given to a graduating CYSO senior to support further musical study. It is given in memory of the late Jean Mollendorf, who was founder and past president of the CYSO Board of Directors. The winner of our 2020 Mollendorf Award is Hila Dahari. Hila has been a member of CYSO for 11 years and is currently in Symphony Orchestra. Big congratulations to Hila. This year, we are also honored to present 2 Luminarts Performance Awards. These awards are made possible by the Luminarts Cultural Foundation, which cultivates Chicago's vibrant arts community by supporting exemplary young artists through its competitive programs that offer financial awards, artistic opportunities, and mentoring that bridge the gap between education and career. Please join me in recognizing the recipients of the 2020 Luminarts Performance Awards, Symphony Orchestra's Amanda Perez and Jazz Orchestra's Miles Ritchie. Congratulations to Amanda and Miles. Our final student award is the Music Directors Award. This award recognizes a student who has gone above and beyond in their dedication to music and to leadership within their ensemble. The recipient is personally selected by Maestro Alan Tinkham. This year's Music Directors Award goes to Miles Teague, who was also the winner of this year's Doug and Sharon Carroll Conducting Fellowship. Miles was scheduled to make his conducting debut at the Springs Orchestra Hall concert, and he worked so hard all year long preparing for that debut. So this award in part recognizes that work and his dedication to CYSO in general over the past 5 years. Finally tonight, we know that the achievement of our students is only possible because of a strong and large community of music educators who help our students on their journey to CYSO. Each year, we ask students to nominate a school band or orchestra director or private teacher for the Music Inspiration Award. This award honors the inspiration and encouragement these educators offer their students every day. Congratulations to this year's winner, Jonathan Lauf, who was nominated by no fewer than 5 CYSO students. We will now present a video by Symphony Orchestra's Jessica Mann, reading her nomination statement for Mr. Lauf, and then we'll follow that with a video of Jessica and the other seniors from Neuqua Valley High School performing a surprise tribute to Mr. Lauf. Thank you so much.
Hi, my name is Jessica Mann. I am a senior oboist in Symphony Orchestra and Corps, and I am one of the many students who nominated my band director, Mr. Lauf, to receive the CYSO Music Inspiration Award. For the past 2 years, I've had the privilege of being Mr. Lauf's student in both curricular wind ensemble and extracurricular symphony orchestra. It did not take long for me to realize how fortunate I was to have such an incredible music educator and mentor. Mr. Lauf strongly believes in every student, often pushing us to take risks and try our hardest in everything, both inside and outside of music. I would definitely not be at the level I am today as an oboist without his constant encouragement and essential role in developing my confidence level as a musician throughout high school. Despite all of his commitments as Fine Arts Department Chair, Curricular Band Director, and Extracurricular Orchestra and Jazz Director, Mr. Lauf still makes time to help each and every music student. He is our greatest supporter, an incredibly talented musician and mentor, and genuinely one of the kindest people I've ever met. Mr. Lauf is most deserving of this award because of his constant positive attitude, his exceptional mentorship, and his extraordinary ability to ignite passion in others. With all of his support, I have learned not only how to grow as a musician, but as a human being. Thank you.
Wow, thank you very much, Jessica. And thank you to all the students at Neuqua Valley High School that nominated me for this award. I was very surprised. I'm very humbled. And I guess I'm just very appreciative of your thoughtfulness and kindness. I certainly wish we could all be together tonight to celebrate, because that means we'd be able to enjoy some laughs together, and we would certainly be able to enjoy some live music together. But we are all where we are, and I am coming to you from my basement. Our basement is a ninja gym. My son Jeremy is the High Hopes Ninja. And I'm coming to you from my basement because this is a great source of inspiration for our family. You know, for me, inspiration only comes when I'm ready for it, or when there's at least a small part of me that wants to be inspired. Scientifically, if you look at what inspiration is, it's the drawing in of breath. And in order for that to happen, some breath needed to have been let go before that. So there's this two-way back and forth of forces that really allow inspiration to happen. The students that nominated me for this award, and a number of the other students in Neuqua Valley High School and staff, really help provide inspiration. if they feel we inspire them, it's just because they inspire us. There's a definite back and forth that makes that happen. I want to set up great assignments. I want to pick the best music. I want to create opportunities for them to achieve greatness in artistry because they deserve that. I see how hard they work. I see what great people they are, and they really make it. So I want to try and provide the highest level experience possible for them. So thank you once again to the students that nominated me. Thank you to the Chicago Youth Symphony for offering this wonderful award. I think it's really great to offer young people a chance to reflect on their time and maybe people that have helped them along their way. That's a great skill to have. I think the Chicago Youth Symphony and Neuqua Valley have a lot of things in common. One of which is we're trying to develop great young human beings that are going to go forth into the world and do great things and make the world a better place. So I'm looking forward to continuing our partnership with the CYSO and having you back at a concert sometime soon, or certainly just visiting your concerts and sending students your way as well. And man, isn't it going to be great when we can all experience live music together again? So thank you very much, and be safe and be healthy, everybody, until we can all meet again.
Congratulations to the
Yes.
award winners. Yes, that was great. That performance
So
is great. Thank you to
deserving.
the students of Neuqua Valley. Welcome back. We're going to try this again. Thank you to everybody for tuning in to our fourth night of the live broadcast celebrating CYSO's 2019-2020 season. I'm Oliver Talukder, and I'm an oboist in symphony orchestra and chamber music.
And I am Abby Lopez, also a member of Symphony Orchestra and Chamber Music, and we are both your hosts for tonight's broadcast. We hope that you've been enjoying all the videos and interviews over the past few nights. Oliver, what's been your favorite part of CYSO Week thus far?
I'm glad you asked. I thoroughly enjoyed Monday night's performance of the jazz orchestra combo. I was astounded because, jazz music is all about listening and responding to your peers and fellow musicians, which is especially hard in an online setting. But despite the situation, while I was listening to them, I was like, wow, they have to be in the same room. But then I opened my eyes and they're 6 separate videos. So big applause for the performers in that video.
Yes. Well, we just celebrated our 2020 Student Awards, and also tonight you'll see the 4th installment spotlighting CYSO's class of 2020.
In just a bit, we'll feature the debut of videos from our chamber music ensembles, including one that Abby and I recorded with our fellow members of the Lakeshore Winds. And in a bit, Director of Chamber Music, Dr. Don DeRoche, will join us to talk a bit about the process of recording those virtual performances.
We'll also premiere the virtual performance video from our youngest string players, Overture Strings, performing Spring by Vivaldi's Four Seasons.
Get ready, y'all, because they're going to have their tiny violins, but they're going to sound
Get
so
ready,
good.
get ready, y'all ain't ready! They're so cute, I can't.
Well, we have some pictures and videos of people who've been sharing their CYSO watch parties. So we have a lot of cat and dog fans. Let's see them.
Of yourself. The kids sent it with their dog. You should see that. Oh my god.
This one was shared by Emily Zwijak from Philharmonic Orchestra. Her cat was a big fan of last night's live stream.
The kids sent it with their dog. You should...
And here we have Dash, who also plays cello in the debut orchestra, and Bowie both looking pretty cozy, tuned in to seeing his conductors Mr. Green and Mr. Gooden from last night.
And another one tuning in to Mr. Green and Mr. Gooden last night. This is Ripley, the dog. You may recognize her from Monday's Bizet video where she made her conducting debut. Looks like we must have tired her out. I wish I could have my cat.
Yeah. Well, if you and your family are watching or your pets have become a super fan of CYSO, post your pictures and videos using the hashtag CYSO plays on.
So next up is tonight's salute to some of our CYSO graduating seniors.
Hi, my name is Solomon Ahmed from River Forest. I've been a cellist in AS for the past 3 years. I'm going to Columbia University in the fall, where I hope to study sustainable development.
Hi CYSO, my name is Noah Kubling from Libertyville. I've been a violinist in the Symphony Orchestra for 4 years. I've also been a member of the Chamber Orchestra, Chamber Program, and Corps. I'm currently planning on attending the Conservatory of Undecided as a music performance major.
Hi, my name is Emma Krause. I'm from Downers Grove, Illinois, and I play the flute. I've been a part of CYSO's Symphony Orchestra, Chamber Orchestra, Perquarius Woodwind Quintet, and Lakeshore Woodwind Quintet. And next year I will be attending Northwestern University to study flute performance.
Hi, my name is Marta Sikora and I'm from Wakanda, Illinois. I played bassoon in the Philharmonic and Symphony Orchestras at CYSO, and I'm going to be studying music education at Gustavus College in St. Peter, Minnesota.
Hi, my name is Kate Austin. I'm from Western Springs, Illinois. I've been in CYSO's at Cello Strings, Concert Orchestra, and CYSO Steel Orchestra. I play the violin and the tenor steel pan, and I will be attending Northwestern University in the fall to study biology.
Hi everyone, I'm Ava Danke, and I play the double bass. I've been in CYSO's Concert, Philharmonic, and Symphony Orchestras, and next year I'll be attending Northwestern University to major in chemical engineering.
Hi, I'm Jonah Cohen. I live in Oak Park, Illinois. I'm the jazz orchestra. I play trombone. I'm going to Indiana University, and I'm going to study computer science and jazz studies.
My name's Andy. I play guitar in the jazz ensemble, and next year I'll be attending University of Michigan for engineering.
Hi, I'm Abby. I'm from Aurora, Illinois. I play bassoon. I've been a part of CYSO's Symphony Orchestra, Corps Ensemble, and Chamber Music program for the past 2 years, and I will be headed to DePaul University to study bassoon performance.
My name is Shay Dickinson. I'm from Oswego. I'm in Symphony Orchestra and Percussion Ensemble. I play percussion, and next year I'll be going to St. Olaf College to study mathematics and economics.
Hey CYSO, my name is Oliver Schluchter. I live in Glenview, and I've played the oboe with CYSO for the past 4 years, participated participating in Symphony Orchestra, Chamber Music, Ambassadors Program, and the social media team. In the fall, I'll be attending the Curtis Institute of Music, studying oboe performance.
Hi, I'm Virginia Leahy. I'm from LaGrange, Illinois, and I'm a part of CYSO's Philharmonic Orchestra. I play the bassoon and the baritone saxophone, and I'll be attending Eastern Michigan University to study music therapy.
Yes.
Yes.
Abby, you look so cute in that video.
I mean, I wasn't trying. It came naturally, You know me.
Congrats to all of our seniors, especially with our senior year taking place with so many major world events. We not only survived this semester, but we thrived and we showed the world that class of 2020.
Period.
We run this.
Period. Yeah, it's really crazy to think about our CYSO experience being over basically after tonight. I always envisioned that final orchestra concert in Orchestra Hall. I'm gonna miss that. Anyways, it's so sad to not have that experience, but it's okay.
But on the other hand, did you expect to host a Facebook Live for CYSO?
You got me there. You got me on that one.
That's something.
You got me on that one. Yeah, very true. Very true. And while we have this platform tonight, we just wanted to take a moment to talk a bit about the conversation that's been happening all over the world around anti-racism. Like so many other young people and CYSO students, we've been struggling and thinking a lot about how we as musicians can use our voice to create change.
Yeah, so we wanted to share just a little bit on how we as musicians are using our voice for change and how we've been educating ourselves. So one thing I'd like to bring up is the Institute of Composer Diversity. And what they have been doing this month is they've been spotlighting Black composers every day of the month of June for each instrument and type of ensemble. And this is a really great resource for to access repertoire that you might want to program, or that I even might want to push for ensembles that I'm in the future to program. One great piece that I've heard of in the past week, I guess, that was brought to my attention by Kendrick Armstrong and Kevin Gupana. It's the Samuel Coleridge Taylor Nonet, and we'll link that piece in the comments. So you guys have to make sure you listen to that piece because it is gorgeous and it is seldomly performed, but it should be performed more often because it is absolutely beautiful. How about you, Abby?
Yeah, well, now that you mentioned it, I actually like to bring attention to an organization that many CYSO students, including Oliver and I, are a part of. The Chicago Musical Pathways Initiative Program, which is an organization that revolves around getting more BIPOC, which are Black people, Indigenous, and other people of color, students the opportunity to make it into the professional orchestral world. It was founded by a number of music organizations across the country, with the main two partners being CYSO and the Merit School of Music. And the main goal with CMPI is to add diversity into the music world. Because obviously, as we all know, if you go to any professional orchestral concert here in America, you don't see much diversity. And it doesn't make any sense to me because the United States, being one of the most diverse countries in the world, doesn't even represent the demographic of its people in their own orchestras. It's so sad because music is such a universal language too. Like we're all here for one reason, and it's just to make music. So why does the color of my skin or the color of my hair have any consequence on whether or not I get a professional job as a musician?
Definitely. Organizations like CMPI help equip us young musicians of color with the resources needed to lift our voices. A lot of the characteristics of the orchestral American sound, and even like modern pop and rap music, come from African roots. We have to honor and celebrate their cultures and its people before we enjoy it ourselves. And that comes from having more BIPOC in professional orchestras and the music world as a whole. We've also used our voices in other ways outside of music and art. Abby, how have you used your voice outside music and art?
Well, I have literally signed every petition I could find that like people are posting on social media and just on the internet. And I've also spent a lot of time just researching and educating myself on how to make a difference from home. What about you, Oliver?
Yeah, as well, I've also been signing many petitions, and I've been educating myself by listening to podcasts by Black creators. I did take a risk, and I went to a protest, making sure to wear my gloves and mask in my neighborhood, and it was extremely empowering to see so many backgrounds represented in the protest: white, Black, Latino, Indian, Asian, everyone come together and speak up for Black Lives Matter. Originally, one of the local police departments in my community put out a statement against Black Lives Matter, but since the protest, they have changed their stance.
Ooh, exactly. There has already been so many concrete changes in our country, and this proves that our voices are being heard and that we have to continue to work together and advocate for equity and inclusion in our world.
Yeah. So next up, we wanted to share a little bit about CYSO's chamber music program, which Abby and I have both been involved in for the past 2 years.
Yeah, Oliver and I actually performed in the same group, the Lakeshore Winds, this past year, and chamber music. It was super rewarding of an experience for me personally.
We recently sat down to talk with our coach and CYSO's Director of Chamber Music, Dr. Don DeRoche, about CYSO's entire chamber music program and our experience recording a piece virtually as an ensemble.
We hope you all enjoy this little peek behind the scenes and stay tuned after the interview for the debut of 2 chamber music videos: Transcending Strings Quartet performance of the movement of Beethoven's String Quartet in F minor, Opus 95, and the Lakeshore Winds, which me and Oliver are part of. We are performing the first movement of Ravel's Le Tombe de Couperin.
Enjoy!
Well, hello. In this part of the program, I decided that we should broadcast from Spain, and so I got ourselves a really nice place down here by the marina, and we'll be having some drinks and things afterwards. It's going to be really nice. So our 2 hosts are going to be playing later in the evening a piece by Ravel called La Tombe de Couperin, which is an orchestral piece, but it's been transcribed for woodwind quintet. And so actually I haven't had much to do with it. I coached it a little bit before they got into it. And after that, I left it up to their brilliance and some of the staff at CYSO. So for my interest, and I hope for yours, I want to start by finding out what's going on with that recording. Oliver, can you give us a little bit of an idea of how this thing is being put together? Because just so everybody knows, we're actually recording this a few days before it's broadcast, and so Abby hasn't put her part in yet. But anyway, so tell us about it, Oliver.
Yeah, so one of the reasons why we decided to record this piece, specifically the first movement, is because it was the easiest movement to put to a click track. So the way that our sound engineer, Kevin Gupana, did it is he first sent it to me, and my version of the click track was just a metronome. And so I recorded myself playing with the metronome, and then I sent it back to him. And like I had no sort of recording to listen to while I was playing it. It was just sort of metronome. And then he sent it to Ethan, who's our clarinetist, and Ethan then had the click track plus my recording. And so then he can layer on his sort of 16th notes. And the reason why we did this order is because our parts have the most running notes. So we figured by the time it got to like Abby and Danica, who's our bassoon and horn player, they would have sort of a good amount of recording to listen to when they layered on their parts. So then after Ethan, we sent it to Emma, who is our flute player, and then she would layer on her part listening to me and Ethan. So yeah, that's basically how we did it.
So when you were recording your part with the metronome alone, besides being a little lonely feeling, what was going on in your mind?
Yeah, so I had to put my contextualization, my visualization, and my like mental recording on like 100% because I wanted to make sure that I was not only leading the recording but also following in the places that I needed to follow. So in my head, I had my like personal recording that I like just playing in my head, and I was trying my best to achieve that.
Yeah, and of course the person who records first has the responsibility for putting in all of the dynamics and all of the right articulation so that everybody else can follow later. So Abby, what have you been doing to prepare for the time when you're going to add your voice to it?
Well, I've been working a lot with the metronome and listening to a lot of recordings to just get myself in the mojo of playing and putting my part in. And I've just been blocking some stuff, getting some like phrases the way I want them to sound, make sure it all sounds good, and yeah.
Well, so let's see. I think at the time that we're recording this thing, I think we have oboe, clarinet, and flute. I think it's gone to Emma, hasn't it? And so this should be done in a few days. I'm really looking forward to to seeing what's going to happen with this. It's kind of scary, isn't it?
A little bit.
Yeah, I mean, you never know what's going to come out the other end. Anyway, switching over to a little different tack here. You guys have been in the chamber music program for at least 2 years, I know, because you've been in my groups. Abby, have you been in longer than 2 years?
No.
No, just 2. And Oliver, have you been in more than 2?
Just 2.
Just 2. Good. Great. I'm glad that I got to be the person that you worked with. So, Abby, tell me, have you learned anything in chamber music?
For sure. I've definitely grown as a musician. Like I've become more confident in playing because being in like a 5-group chamber group is way different than a 120 member orchestra where you can like sometimes hide between a woodwind section or something. But chamber ensemble, your part really matters, and you have to up your part because you're the only one who has the part. So you have to be really sure of what you're playing and very confident. And it's also made me a way better listener and more attentive listener because I'm the only person with my part, so I obviously have to incorporate it in whatever everyone else has. And yeah.
Yeah. Why don't you answer the same question, Oliver?
Yeah, so going off of that, I think playing in chamber music has really tested my limits of like my dynamic range and my different styles of articulation. Being in a woodwind quintet specifically is a very challenging thing to do because there's a flute, oboe, clarinet, bassoon, and horn, and they're all like, there are 2 double reed instruments. There's a flute with no reed, there's a clarinet with a single reed, and then there's a horn who's just a brass player. So it's a very challenging thing to do because we have to all match our timbres at the same time. We also have to match our different dynamic ranges. And of course, I think a really good thing to point out is like we are only 5 people, but we have to have the dynamic range of a larger ensemble. So whenever we're playing super quiet, we all have to really play a true pianissimo. And when we're all playing fortissimo, we have to all really play a true fortissimo. And I think that was one of the big things that we challenged ourselves with this year and last year as a group.
Yeah, well, and from my point of view, I think you've really grown, and that's you plural. I mean, the group clearly this year's quintet, before we got sidetracked with the pandemic, had really gotten a whole lot better than it was at the beginning of the year. And if Danica's watching, I have to say, Danica really made huge strides. She came a long way. Yeah. So we had a kind of interesting thing happen to us this year. We thought we were a good group, and so we recorded to be on WFMT on their introductions program, and we got accepted. And Abby, tell us what happened with that.
Bum 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 bum. We got in, but now we cannot record.
Yeah, the studio is closed, and so they're not anticipating that anybody can get in there to record for broadcast. Well, till at least next fall, and so the great opportunity was gone. But no, maybe not. So Oliver, tell us how we might get bailed out of this.
So to get onto the show, we had to make audition tapes as a group. So in, I think it was January or December, we recorded the Cambini Quintet. And so now what the station is going to do is they're just going to play our audition tape recordings.
Yeah, and just for the two of you, so that you know, they took the master tape that we made, and with any luck at all, they're going to enhance it some and do some of the magic that studios do. And while I was contemplating that, I was listening to the audition tape and saying, I don't know, what is this good enough for broadcast? It occurred to me that it was, which was really a surprise, because that early in the year, I don't expect the group to play as well as it did. So I think you're going to be happy with that. And as soon as we find out when they're going to broadcast, they have said probably after mid-June. We'll let everybody know, and the world can hear your audition tape. That'll be a good thing. Anything else that either of you want to talk about? We're pretty much out of time.
I miss chamber music. It's a very unique thing, because like you're so intimate with the other musicians in the group, and I think like we all miss each other because we're all friends, but I also miss playing with everybody in that setting too.
Yeah. Well, any famous last words for us, Abby?
Go practice.
Yeah, and let me say, I don't know if I'm going to physically be able to see you guys before you go to school, but have a great college experience. You both are going to do extremely well, I think. And you can go back to being hosts for the evening. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Rausch. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
sis, we ate that up. We ate that up.
Oh my god! We really did that. We said La Table de Couperin. Oh yeah.
Okay.
It's so cool to see that like our performance all put together because I only saw my part, but it's all together now.
Yeah, it's like finally the grand reveal at last.
At last.
I can't sing. I can't sing it right. This is not the setting to do that. This is not the setting to do that right now.
These are so fun because like you record your part totally alone in your room and you send it out there not knowing what the final product is going to be like, and then you hear it all together. And it's like we're actually in the same room.
Yeah, and speaking of everyone being in the same room virtually, our next feature tonight is from CYSO's Overture Strings. Overture Strings is our youngest string program with students mostly ages 6 to 9 or so.
They're so cute with their little violins, like I said earlier.
Yeah, I mean, and they recorded Spring from Vivaldi's The Four Seasons, and to introduce their video, we're going to hand it over to Ann Hyun McTee, who leads CYSO's Overture Strings.
Hello and welcome. I'm Ann Hyun McTee, and I'm the Assistant Director of String Ensembles here at the Chicago Youth Symphony Orchestras. I have the pleasure of working with students in the Overture Strings and Preparatory Strings ensembles. I love working with these students every week and being able to see their progress from the first rehearsal until the final performance. And I have to say that I cannot wait to get back to playing music together in the same concert hall. However, this unusual situation has given us the opportunity to dive into some exciting musical projects that we normally would not have the opportunity to work on. And I've been blown away with the way that the students have been able to connect with each other from a distance to continue learning and engaging with music. One of the first projects that Overture Strings worked on was a virtual ensemble performance of Spring from Vivaldi's Four Seasons. The Four Seasons was one of Antonio Vivaldi's most famous and recognizable works. It was published in 1725 and was boldly experimental for its time. It combined the structure of the solo concerto with programmatic elements. Each movement was accompanied by a sonnet, and Vivaldi went to great lengths to portray the poetic lines and emotions in his musical phrases. This makes the Four Seasons one of the first examples of program music, which is music with a narrative element. Spring, in particular, is the song of the birds. In studying this piece, Overture Strings has worked hard to portray the joyous, light, and bouncy nature of this movement, specifically focusing on the length of our quarter notes. I selected this piece in particular because as the stay-at-home order began, we were entering the official start of spring. I felt this piece could help remind us to enjoy the beauty around us, even during these unusual and often trying times. We hope you enjoy our performance. Thank you so much.
Yes! That was so good! Tiny but mighty. That is their motto.
I wish I was their age. Oh, good times, man. Anyways, well, These virtual orchestra videos have been so fun to see, right? Are you all very excited for the premiere of Symphony Orchestra's virtual performance tomorrow?
Excited would be an understatement. I'll
What
say that. I
we
can't
feeling?
believe
What we feeling? How we
I
feeling
am
about this?
I am excited. I am ecstatic. I am so I'm so excited I can't
The
even think of any other
flavor!
word.
The flavor!
I can't believe CYSO week is almost over.
Oh, I know, true. Well, that just about concludes our CYSO Week broadcast. Thank you so much for tonight's featured guests, Susan Lape, Jessica Mann, and Jonathan Lauf, Dr. Donald DeRoche, and Ann Hyun McTai.
We hope that you'll join us back here tomorrow at 6 p.m. Central Time for our final night of CYSO Week, where we'll be featuring the world premiere of Bum bum ba-dum bum 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 ba-dum bum Symphony Orchestra's virtual orchestra video, along with a special thank you to all of our parents who supported their CYSO musician throughout this very unusual season.
To close out tonight, we're featuring another hashtag CYSO Plays On performance. This is CYSO student Charlie and Jake Long and their parents playing and singing Let It Be.
Thank you again, and we'll see you back here tomorrow night. We want to see the biggest
yeah.
audience here from all week tomorrow night.
I want to see all y'all,
See ya.
your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister, your auntie, your uncle, your dog, your cat, your neighbor, your cousin's neighbor's sister's brother's dog, everyone. Be there, be square. Peace out.
Hi, my name is Charlie, and this is my family. Today we will be playing Let It Be by the Beatles. When I find myself in time of trouble,